Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, and we welcome you to the Ghana Property Forum, which is organized by the Prop Intel LLC. This has been a program we've started in 2023 to sensitize people about the surveying industry, the real estate industry, the land sector, and everything that has to do with properties. So we've been holding a number of conferences and a number of forums to discuss issues bordering the industry. Our goal and mission is to promote transparency in the African real estate market and also to help investors, help the community users of surveying services to make sustainably better decisions for their businesses. We offer authoritative insights and opinions on operations and performances of the property market. We promote sustainability in professional standards. We also ensure creating lifelong learning platforms that help to equip surveyors, real estate investors, and then finance professionals with the tools to analyze, present, report, and communicate real estate value. We also provide essential tools that enable property developers and investors to structure their projects and deals to de-risk and facilitate construction. So you are in the right place today to um, hear about how we are exploring or how some of the industry professionals are exploring the use of digital tools to market their businesses and to promote themselves and attract clients. We have here with us today Mr. Jimo Opoku. I can't give you a breakdown of his profile, but he will definitely do that himself. But he is the CEO and founder of the Orient Property Consulting. And if you know about Orient, you see them almost everywhere on the LinkedIn, Facebook, and when you Google their name, it pops up. So he's pretty much conversant with the use of digital platforms, website, Facebook, and LinkedIn to promote their businesses. Last week we held a session on no, I think that was last 2 weeks or 3 weeks or so. We held a session on whether or not surveyors can advertise. In fact, you can get that and listen. We conducted a whole research. We wrote a report on how surveyors are promoting themselves to attract clients and to also make people know about the profession. That report will be made available, I think, right after this. I'll send you a link to that report on our website for you to download and have a look at. So I've spoken a lot already. Let me quickly call on Mr. Jimo Opoku to introduce himself, and then we can set the ball rolling. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Godred, and I would like to express my gratitude to the team at Property Intel for the opportunity given me, and also what you are doing to help promote the real estate profession in Ghana. All right. So I think Gordon has given a bit of information, um, a brief about me, a little to add to it. As indicated, I'm Isaac Jumo Opoku, founder and managing director of Orient Property Consulting. With education background, I had a BSc in land economy, an MBA in finance, and currently awaiting graduation for an MSc in real estate. With professional background, I'm a member of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors and a member of the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors UK, and also an associate professional member of the Chartered Institute of Bankers. Yes, passionate about real estate, developing the Ghanaian real estate market, because I strongly believe that the backbone of our economy draws much more on how we use and invest in our rare property, because basically whatever we do as humans boils down on the natural environment or the land, whether it's a school building, a home that we're going to sleep, a house that we are going to, an office place that we are going, the road that we are driving into and from our work, professionals in the built environment come in. So I believe as a country, if we are able to shape our practices, the professionals we get into the industry, it will go a long way to help us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And that's a good start right there. So a lot have been changing in the industry so far. We've seen a lot of AI coming up. We've seen a lot of discussions on how it's taking people's job, how it's going to, run some businesses, some professions out of business, and all of that. Let me just quickly take this is not even part of our discussion, but what are
Okay.
some of the things you think about with respect to that as against the surveying profession? This will lead us into our discussions for the day, but
All
this
right.
is just, yeah.
Okay. I'm not too old
Hello,
enough, or
Godwin, are you able to record from your
Yes,
end?
yes, please. I've started the recording.
okay. I'm not so much old in the profession, but thanks be to God. Grateful to the late Mr. Jumo of Benjamin and Co. I got very much exposed earlier into the profession way back in my teenage days, where right from JSS every Saturday or weekends or holidays, I had to join them at the office. And I've witnessed a bit of transition in relation to how IT transforming the industry. Those days, digital cameras were limited. So if they are doing valuation, they had to get a professional photographer to go with them, take the pictures. They go and develop the forms, they print it, and they use glue to attach the report to the pages. I saw a bit of that. The draftsman in the office had one big table that he used to do his drawings because those days AutoCAD wasn't there. Even relating to the computers, I imagine in my early days joining Benjamin, the whole office had just three computers, one at the MD's office and one general computer. So the valuers used to do reports in sessions. You have to kind of register that at this time I want to use the computer to type. So that is how the industry was a bit of what I saw in the industry. But over the years, we usually when the technology comes, we complain about it taking our jobs. But research have shown or we've witnessed that usually it comes to rather help enhance what we do, facilitate what we do, and are able to help us to be more effective and efficient to do more. As we speak now, even with a phone, you don't need a professional photographer. With a phone, your normal phone that you're using in your pocket, you take pictures on and just develop it when you go to the office. Just get it to your PC and you start working. You don't need to go and print any photos. Now the draftsman doesn't need that big table again. A small table with his laptop with AutoCAD, drawing that he could have spent days or weeks to do within some few hours, he's done. As I indicated, now those days every sub value has to go to the office to use the office PC, but now remotely you can use your PC to do. So those are the early changes we saw. We saw in the
The surveying
surveying
industry. Yeah,
profession.
yeah.
Now we're talking of AI. Yes, now even report writing, it helps you sometimes. And the use of AI is that it gives you what you feel, so you should know what you are giving into it and the information that you expect. Even now in my evaluation report, there are sometimes that even to put the sentence or put something in clarity, I conceive the idea, write it to the AI, tell him, then it help shape what I want to write. Sometimes it even gives you the option to tone it down. If maybe the report is for a highly technical professionals, there's a way you put it so that when they get to read it, they get to know that yes, this is also from one like us. When your report is for individuals who are not that conversant with our profession, so you have to break down. You can even tell the AI to give you a report in that. So overall, that has been my experience, and we are gradually moving. These are, and as I said, there has been changes, and certainly within the years ahead of us, there will certainly be changes. So what you have to do is that you can't fight it, you can't eliminate it, and it's not going to take your job. It's rather going to make you more effective and enhance your productivity. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. That's actually set the ground for our conversation for today. I
Yeah.
think this topic about AI and how it's possibly going to affect the surveying industry and all of that. It's even a whole new session that maybe we may have to organize and then talk to the professionals, more of the professionals, and then get their perspective from multiple points, and then maybe people can start to envision how it's coming to shape their lives in the industry and all of that. So thank you. That actually sets the ball rolling for us to delve deeper into using digital tools to promote and enhance our profiles and also attract clients. Now, you have given us actually a huge insight into how your surveying journey has started and where you have gotten to. How has digital tools played a role in your success up to this point as a young professional that you started on and up to this point where you are the leading manager or you have founded your own company? How has digital tools enhanced your profile in terms of even social media, in terms of website? How has it promoted your business? How has it promoted you personally?
Oh, all right. Thank you. Yeah. So as I indicated, I have followed changes in the industry. For instance, I remember Benjamin and Co. Those days, files were being copies of reports were being stored in files or limited, or even there are days when the computer goes off, a whole work that has been done for years goes away. So there, as a young guy, I regularly updated my knowledge on IT. I've not basically done any IT course, but I was always had a quest to learn more what is going, spend time reading. So I used to, without me even formal training, service their computers, introduce a backup system. Sometimes at the end of every week, I go to each and every valuer or the staff in the office, back up their system so that if there's a system failure, I'll be able to help. So when I started Orient, those foundations and background was there. And you will realize that in our profession, we it's not like a kind that you go on the radio or TV doing advert. The traditional means had been who you know and who knows you contacting. But when we started out as an entrepreneur for about 2 years, it was getting tough. Usually, when you begin with a little with our financial background, you do the projection and analysis, what is to coming. But for almost about 2 years, there was nothing coming. And I think we also kicked off during the COVID era. So there were no businesses. And the nature of the surveying profession is almost like what happens in the finance or banking profession. You thrive on trust, how people know your work. I remember I went to do a work for one gentleman at Goso, and he doubted because he mentioned, oh, one notable firm has even done his work. So that company's work is going to be a benchmark, even if they made a mistake in their work because they've known him. So it has always been that, oh, I've dealt with this marketing in our field had always been that I've dealt with this person. So go and do business with a person.
Yeah.
We wanted to work with the banks. They would tell you they needed some years of experience or some level of credibility, which firms are viewing. So it was becoming difficult for us. So we realized that no, we have to do things out of the normal traditional way of people introducing us to people, but at least broaden our scope. So luckily for us, we also started during the COVID era. We had our launches in 2019, then 2020, the COVID started. And we realized how human beings were gradually taking advantage of the digital world to do things they do. We saw a lot in the food industry, retail market. We got like, why can't we also put it there? Because now if people are sitting in their bedrooms ordering food and ordering others, the surveying profession is not far from there. If somebody needs a surveyor, if somebody needs a valuer, and he doesn't know anybody, he is likely to go online to ask the search engine, and probably if you do a good work, we can be one of the record recommended ones. So that's what kicked us started.
Wow,
Thank you.
that is a a very good background to it, actually. And I just got a quick question before we proceed to the main question, the main next question that I'll be asking.
Okay.
Yeah. When you were starting, for everybody on this call, I just want to give you a background that one of the main reasons why we are engaging the Orient Property for this particular thing is that in the report we have written about the digital presence of surveying firms, Orient Property came up on top, and that is Orient Property was the first on our list, and then Ascenta Property Consulting followed, and then we have the MSAM Surveys Limited. So it makes it good for us to engage and understand what motivations are behind the use of digital platform because they have performed well on that report, and that is one of the main reasons why we are doing this engagement. Mr. Dimopoku, please. So when you started your surveying profession and when you got the idea that we have to start marketing our services, did you have any doubt or were you held aback by the law? Were you thinking about whether the law has given you that permission to you know publicize your business? Because I know there are many people who have that idea that the surveying industry doesn't allow people to advertise. And so were you having that as something that was holding you back from going ahead to start publishing your business and creating the marketing awareness or something?
Yeah. I think it's one of the things that when we are in the industry, we think that that is one thing that you that is one thing that um limits you. So yeah, I had a lot we had to read consult the various regulatory materials from the Ghana Institution of Surveyors. But one thing I realized was that it's more like even in the medical field, it's not necessarily going out to market, but how you do it. Because the limitation, I think, in the registration was you going to tell people that, hey, the whole world, or if you come to Ghana, I'm the best valuer. I think that is what our profession, from the little I read, that is what our profession prohibits. But you can go in a way, tell people what you can do for them, but more importantly, not undermining what your colleague surveyors can do. I think that is what, from the little reading that I did, that is the understanding I got. I don't know, you have done extensive research, if you could educate us on that.
No, I mean, I'm just asking that if you had doubts about what the law says, what you are doing. So what I'll say is that we have also delved into that largely in our previous meeting that we held. So I'll advise people to also look at our YouTube channel, PropIntel LLC, on marketing, whether surveyors are permitted to advertise their services and all of that. In fact, it's a whole lot, and it is not there is no restriction, there is no law that explicitly states that surveyors should not advertise their businesses. So you can everybody on this call can also catch on that and get to understand more what the laws are about that. And the book we use as reference most of the times in that regard was the Making of Surveyors. I think that book has also been written, so people who are interested in getting more into that aspect can also chance on that book. Now, let's go back to the next key thing that we have here to discuss. So, my next question is about what inspired you to explore digital tools for client acquisition, and what was your first breakthrough? Have you had any breakthroughs since you started using or advertising and marketing your product? I think you slightly mentioned that, but maybe you can get into it more for us to understand how it has helped you, whether you've had any first breakthroughs, what inspired you, and all of that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think one of the breakthroughs came as a hungry young entrepreneur was searching ways to get things done and also get ourselves present online. So during my search and education, one of the things I came across was the strength of Google My Business. I always funny. This is not out of context, but when people do debates about Apple and Android phones, I go like, I may never be able to go to the Apple platform because Google has done so much for me as a young entrepreneur because they have a lot of free services. Google have a lot of free services that young entrepreneurs can do. So one of the things that was the Google My Business. I spent days and months, hours watching YouTube videos and learning about it because now that has become like those days, as I said, those days at Benjamin, I remember we had a book called Yellow Pages. I don't know if you ever land on that. So if you go to most offices, the Yellow Pages was there. It had a list of all businesses and services. So if you wanted a property consultant, you go to that page and you flip, they will give you all the list of that. So that is the digital. So I think even Yellow Pages still has a website that's that, but it was a big book that used to. That is one concept that Google My Business has been doing that we took advantage of because so if people unlike those days, the person will have to flip through pages to identify Google My Business data. So I think that has been one of our breakthroughs. So I read a lot on it, read a lot of watch a lot of YouTube videos and find a way that yes, if you're able to put yourself there, it can really generate leads for you. And that has been one of our strongest points.
I see.
Yeah.
So you've had since you started doing that and using the Google My Business, you've had people personally contact you and tell you like, okay, so we have seen your work, or maybe have you had anybody tell you like we have searched you or we have found you on social media or Google, we've searched for this company and we found you worthy to be able to do this for us? Have people been explicit about that?
Oh yeah, I think more than half of the work we do comes from online.
Wow.
Yeah, more than 50% of the work we do at our end comes from online. And basically, we found you. We did a list and we saw your name. So more than half of the work we do come from online generations.
Wow. You see?
Yeah.
See. Okay, so let's now get more into the digital tools and maybe some of the stuff that people can get to pick from here. And I'm very happy that there are people who go online now to personally search for surveyors or people that can help them do the evaluation and all of that, because one of the key things that is I would say it is strangling a lot of the young professionals is the connected nature of the profession. So if you don't know anybody and you cannot work on your own, or you cannot even get business going for you, and it's good getting to know that there are people that are interested in what have you done before, or what work have you done, and how are you presenting yourself out there, that they get to contact you and then engage you with business. So I think that is gradually creeping in, and it will break that highly connected nature of the industry like it was before. I think that's a good thing to know. So what you've mentioned Google Pages and all of that. Is there any other tool that you find to be most effective for attracting and engaging clients in the industry? Because I know you are also very active on LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
I don't know if there is any other page that have played a significant role in getting clients.
Yes, it's not just Google My Business.
Yeah.
Yeah, the social media platforms are also a very powerful tool for lead generation. I remember late last year, I sent somebody a Google invite. What is it? A LinkedIn invite.
Okay.
And the next day I was doing a job for the person. I never knew the person anyway. Just that I think LinkedIn suggested, and with a professional, he had, as I indicated, I had a chartered banker, and he was also a chartered. So there was a LinkedIn suggestion. As soon as I sent the invite, he said, "Oh, he needs a service of a valuer." So shared my contact with him. We spoke within just during that week. There was a deal from him and income from that person. So it was not just the Google My Business. And Facebook as well. I mean, these are very powerful. There's a group on Facebook, is it Tell It Does? I remember some time ago, I took my time. I realized that there was a lot of issues. Most people were asking questions about land registration things. So I think I did it in about 3 series, step by step, and the things that you need to consider to register a property in Ghana. And right there, people contacted me for businesses from there.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, so these social media platform, there are time they had a chat even with a client all the way from India. I've never met him using. We connected through LinkedIn. He and contacted me on a prospective job. So these platforms, because now as I said, the person in India or far away from India wouldn't know or sometimes doesn't know anybody in Ghana. So he will search online. So these are leads, but they don't just come like that. There's a lot of investments that you have to do on your online presence to put yourself out there. So aside the Google My Business, places like Facebook and LinkedIn has also been leads generations for businesses for us.
see, that's really good to know. Wow.
Yeah.
In fact, let me state clearly that if you have a question, you can use the chat box or you can just use the reaction button to let us know that you have a question. I'm actually going to post my list of questions and pick yours too. So don't hesitate at all if you have a question. This is a platform for you to get to learn, to get to understand what you would do as a young professional in the industry to advance your business and also to build your brand that will get you some income or some progress in your profession. So, well, the next question I have probably maybe I know you are not very much into digital marketing as in a professional digital marketer, but you are promoting yourself and also your industry, which probably forms some part of digital marketing as well. But then, how do you tailor your digital strategy to different types of clients or projects? Because I very much understand that there are many levels of clients in the industry. There are individuals, there are companies, there are foreigners, and there are locals as well. So there are different set of people that come in to engage you for your services. Which group of people mostly contact you through which medium? And do you have most locals also? And when I say locals, I mean people who are in the Ghanaian community or are Ghanaians, and they get to contact you on LinkedIn for or on social media for business, people who are living in the diaspora, people who are living within the African continent, and all of that. Which category of people get to engage you more on business with business, and on which platform do you mostly get those engagements?
Okay, so I would say we have a combination of both resident in Ghana and also in the diaspora as well. As you mentioned, we also use email marketing as well because there are certain categories of businesses that you know that these people are likely to need our services. Now, we also go in people searching us. We also go online and search those businesses.
Yeah.
Even their professional associations and co, you know that
Yeah.
these groups will need us. So you go send them emails. Most will not respond, but at least the few you get will kind of pay for the sweats that you would. We've also had a lot of UK. So as I said, the online marketing, I think before you go there, a lot of investment will have to be done as a professional, even in your education. You mentioned people in the diaspora. We've been doing a lot with people in the diaspora, and one is our online presence, but I think one also attribute is our association with the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors. We've had a lot of UK lawyers writing to us to do valuation for properties for people, Ghanaians out there, even though in the UK, in Canada, in the US as well, Ghanaians are there mainly going through things like probate or divorce issues, which they have assets here in Ghana, which needs to be included. So they contact you. So I think with the category of people, the people who wants to use it for normal work, the individual ones, possibly as soon as they see your online presence, whether through a Google My Business search or Facebook, they are okay. But with a corporate client, they do a lot of research about you, especially your website. Yeah, because that is where it's the story, or I don't know how to put it, but we go like how you dress says a lot about you.
Yeah.
If somebody sees you, you might be the richest person in Ghana or where, but how you dress without a person interrogating more, he will put you within a certain category or a certain box. So I can say that during the last 2 years, we've updated or done a totally revamped our website for almost about 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah, because new themes are coming. You're on how friendly the website is, how your presentation, everything. I said some surveying website, and you could see that this website was done way back 2005, and no updates has been done. If the person goes and they are in the Western world, they are seeing people doing things new, and if you don't get things that is a bit similar to what they have there, the person loses trust in you. Imagine you're a surveyor, then the person even calls you or meets you and you've dressed anyhow. He wouldn't be full confident to do business with you. Somebody gave a story. He went to an agency, real estate deal, and he went to do a work with one Nigerian. The person even went to the extent of hiring a car to go and meet the client because the property they were dealing in was huge, and the commission. So there are some people, if you are driving some old car, very bad looking car, and you are telling me you can lead me to buy maybe a multi-million-dollar property, the person will begin to if you've ever handled a deal like that, we are humans, you wouldn't be driving this car. So your website should be one of the investment that you do, and even all the Google tools take a lot from your website. Where Google My Business is not just there, they combine they pull all the resources of your online presence before they will rank you.
Yeah.
So your website is key, your other social media presence is key. So that is what I would say, that we get both for the corporate ones. We've done work for high some diplomatic missions, some major corporate clients. I realize that most of them go to your website, pick your email, and write a formal email to you. So even with the email or earlier discussion, you could see that they've done a good research about you. So your online presence should be a holistic approach. There are some people who will just approach you, they wouldn't do much so far as you can do the work. They do you they call you and do it. And even payment system, there are some people they will even never meet you, but so far as they know that your email address, you see most corporate or surveying firms using Gmail, Yahoo. I mean, it's cool, it's cheap, but you go. But if somebody is using a professionalized like our email, property@orientghana.com, the person feel much confident, yes, that I'm dealing, because one of the things that people are afraid in dealing with people online is the credibility, or whether I'm dealing with the right person. Because with the Gmail and co, anybody can go there and create an account. But if you go to your website, yes, www.orientghana.com, your email relates, even our payment. Most people use their personal mobile money account to receive payment. But if the person goes to the website, he's seen your website, he's seen your email, and even if it comes, because there are some of the jobs will require advance payment, if you send him a payment system either through the bank or through Momo, and it has the name Orient, there's a lot of confidence the person gets to deal with you. But he gets that the email is kwaku33 gmail.com, the mobile money payment or whatever is in Adjoa Katanga's name. All these things reduces the trust. But if that's level of consistency, if you go to the extent of doing high level of investment, making sure that each of your resources are tailored, giving much the people confidence. It's good because there are some people we have never met, even never saw the faces, but with these online presence, well tilted to ensure trust and confidence. Some even give you a full payment advance because they've gone to your website, read, it looks credible, your email and every system of payments are credible. It makes them feel easy doing business with you. Thank you.
Wow. In fact, this is a lot, and I think it's a really eye-opening moment. Honestly, that there's a lot going on in the industry that young professionals probably have to be aware of. Let me reiterate that if you have any questions, you can drop it, use the reaction button, let us know, because we don't want to leave you behind having the conversation, because this is not a back and forth conversation. It's supposed to be an all-inclusive conversation. So if you have a question you want to ask, feel free, drop it in the comment section, or use the reaction button and let us know. We'll pick your question. So Mr. Dimo, so let's move a little bit into some. I think everybody, one way or the other, will make some mistakes coming along, or there may be some challenges you may have faced. So what are some of the common mistakes that professionals should avoid when using the digital tools for trying to engage clients? Are there some mistakes maybe you have personally made in the past, or you think young professionals to avoid making, or professionals to avoid making, if they want to engage people on the using
yeah.
the
Okay, yes, very, very important how you carry yourself online. I remember even just recently, the group, as I said, tell it that I shared, I've always, for being on the page, I've seen people the La Beach Towers. People were asking questions, what was the state of it? So Mr. Bryce Simmons said he had a lot of info and shared an article on it. So what I did was it was a lengthy one article, rephrase it, give a commentary on it, and share it on our website blog. So I shared it on a page. So the first person that saw it, one comment came criticizing that we are reproducing by Simon's article. But luckily enough, we were so professional that even before I went to the page, a lot of people have risen defending us. Because what we did was to, as much as possible, give a good reference, and there was a whole paragraph or a section of the article crediting the source.
Yeah.
Crediting the source, even urging people with their website to go and read more. So imagine if I've done this, as soon as I saw it, I did a total lifting and copying and pasting it on our blog and sharing there would have been a lot of damage. One of the things that with the online presence, when you are doing something good, it spreads faster. But when you do something bad, it goes very fast. The damage is very serious. You might spend 10 years building your online presence, but just one day a mistake or a sentence you make can ruin that. People, as humans, we are people spread bad news more than they spread good news. And so that is whatever you put there, make sure, you've read about it. You shouldn't be just see any information without even cross-referencing, knowing the source, whether it's credible, and sharing, because that one will add up to your integrity. And one of the things too I learned, a very painful one, was I did a job for him. He was an American, a client. He also find us online. He wanted to purchase a property at Cantonment. So we advised him the valuation. He even wanted it because he doesn't live here, but he wanted to keep it, use it as an Airbnb. So we are even in the process of discussing the management aspect for him. So I made a comment, even that wasn't even on social media, okay, on the mainstreams, but on my, since he had my contact, the company's, I made a comment. There was then the issue of Leah Thomas, the American swimmer. He's a transgender swimmer. I don't know if
yeah, so that is
Leah Thomas. Yeah, he was a man and transitioned to a woman competing in the women's sport. So there was a lot of debates. I made a comment there, and I said that the guy was really offensive. He came lambasting me on my WhatsApp page after doing. He was very satisfied with our professional service delivery, so he had even gone on our Google review to give us an absolutely nice review. He was so mad. He made bitter complaints to me on WhatsApp. The next day I realized that he has even going to delete the review he gave us on Google. So what I'm saying is that as much as possible, so from there I learned a lot. We are people with diverse opinions on issues relating to religion, gender, politics, and the lot. So as much as possible in your online presence, whether through your company or through you yourself, I think stand in the middle. There are issues that for sure, as a professional, you can criticize. As a professional, you can criticize because you shouldn't also sit there and there's no, but draw the line. There are some people who basically have nothing to lose. So they can, but you being a professional, ever since the commenting about issues that are very delicate relating to politics, relating to religion, I'm very much careful. You might support one political party, good, but be very careful your comments doesn't offend the other person at the opposite end. That can ruin your online presence. It's even unprofessional. If you that's when I really came to understand that. I mean, the guys, it was just a one-off thing, but it taught me a lot. It's even because he came that he came to me as a professional, but what I did was unethical, unprofessional. Some part of the so people are very much particular with this. Aside they dealing with you professionally, so be very much careful what you share. Your comments and opinions on political issues, religious issues. You can comment, advise, but don't be so biased. Don't put words in a way that the other person at the opposite end will be offended, because that can ruin a future opportunity for you. So that is what I will advise. And also don't be laid back in your online presence. You have to be very, very active. For instance, our company's website, as soon as it's the default, almost the default web page for all almost the default page for all my browsers. So if there's a chance that the website goes, I'm likely to be the first person to see. You go to some companies' website, even the telephone number there is not working, the email, because as I said, they put this there 20 years ago. But constantly, I kind of visit our website more than 5 times a day. So if there's a challenge, so you also have to be consistent. And also your entire profile and your setup. Even some people, the picture they put there can cause you. Your bio, people just go there, oh, it's a web, LinkedIn, Facebook, let me join. But your setup, put as I made reference to the earlier reference, how you dress well. So your online presence is like how you are dressing to a corporate meeting to get a recognition, or how if you bring it to a social setting, if you have a crush on a girl and there's a dinner or something, how you want the girl to take notice of you that, yes, Charlie Gordon Tree was at the program. Your online presence should be that you are, because see the clients coming in as your crush that you want to attract their attention. So whatever you are doing is that if this crush sees me, is he or he going to also fall for me? So you have to invest a lot. Your pictures you put there, your bio, your description, everything should be that as soon as a person falls in, yes, this person can deliver the job I want him or her to do for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. And the conclusion of the matter is that your clients are like the women or the men you want to go. So you should present yourself in that way so they can see you attractive while you also see them attractive. So um, that is on that note, that is for the that part of our question. Now let's move a little bit into some. Well, I think the next question I even have here have been addressed already. How can a surveyor build a strong online presence or personal brand in such a niche field? I think you have addressed that quite,
Yeah,
or
but
if you have something
Clifford,
else to
let
say.
me add more to because I've been seeing a lot of our young people. So as much as possible, get a professional one. Your what is it, DP or your profile picture. It doesn't cause you can go to your studio or something. They get a professional. There are some people that you ask them even for a professional picture, they don't even have any. It's just the ones that they taken with their phones or I don't know. Get a professional one in a one as earlier indicated that if the person sees you, be a presentable one. And your even if on LinkedIn, your tagline says your tagline, most people might not be able to go through your entire profile. You can just be a recommendation or a suggestion by Facebook or LinkedIn. Your tagline,
Yeah.
the first sentence or two should be able to tell the person what you can offer. It can be your qualification, somebody's tagline, what is it? Employer at none or something, some funny one. Some people even have no taglines. Or what is maybe their school, KNUSC. Some people even have no taglines. So you get maybe your your if the if you are established professional that you have a lot of qualification that can be, as I said, one of the things that is able to sell out as or pushing as personally for me is my association with the RICS. There are some people have connected, especially on LinkedIn across the globe. So far as they see the RICS tag, they see that yes, you are also part of them. So that is on the first intro of my tagline is there. You might be a young graduate, may not have so much qualification, but your professional field where you aspire to be or where you're going, put it there, maybe real estate consultant, something that within just a click or that small summary LinkedIn or Facebook gives about you, it can give the person what you are into. So you should see that your tagline should be able to tell everybody what you are into. You take your time to describe your bio if you are new. If you are new and don't have much qualifications or experience, you can describe people what you've learned and what you aim for or what you have to offer. If you're a professional with a lot of experience, um, people go like people brag too much on LinkedIn, but Charlie, sometimes it helps. And because it's as I say, I still relate it to the wooing the woman. I mean, these are some of the things that you want to present all what you have to so that when an analysis is being made, you will be considered. But I mean, try to also be formal because an unnecessary exaggeration will also put you um put um put you off because people will think that you're being too much. So try to be modest, as truthful as much as possible. So as I said, your qualification too, you might do some online courses, some just do their degree and they are done. Now there are a lot of free online courses put up there so that people will get to see what you are doing and what you are made of. And it's also a value system, more like a barter system. What you give what you give out there is what you have paid, what you've been over the past years or months. Even classmates that over from my secondary school days, Pempe College, last time somebody give me a call. Since we finished school 20, I think 208, almost 15, getting to 20 years, the person has never called me back. Through my insights and information I've been given on real estate online, they get to know, oh, now this is what Isaac is into. So even some of your mates or people that know you may require services that you provide, but they don't because they left at the we parted at the secondary school or at the secondary school, primary school, or even at the university, because we may all be land economy, we may all be land economy students, but it doesn't know that you branch it now. So a lot of education, promotion. One of the things that I did that I think elevated my firm and myself was when we started sharing an insight, even in the main media.
Yeah.
We had opportunity to share some insights in business and financial times, even just these recent elections. I gave luckily they gave a whole page for me to share opinion on perspective on, in fact, because the previous government or governments go like they've done so much on infrastructure development, but at the end of the day, they voted out. So I came from the real estate perspective, why the average electorates don't consider infrastructure development but vote at it. So you should also be research. You can't just be there reading, learn what is happening in the world, give your knowledge, insights about it, share on your page, share on your profile. There are some blogs and even media outlets that can help you amplify your voice. So the value system that you create, even people within, there are people even in my church that didn't even know what I was doing. But through this insight sharing, share knowledge, that now almost everybody around me know that, yes, this is what Isaac is into. So it's not just you registering an account, but it's a value system that, a value creation system. The more you give out, the more you receive if you want to get a very strong online presence. Thank you.
That's a good one. One thing that I would add to that is that we are very modest about what we are doing or what we are into, especially from coming from the Ghanaian community. You want to be humble about everything, even your achievements, how going to put them there. You want to be humble about it and all of that. When it comes to professional development, it's getting competitive every day. And once you start getting a little bit exposure outside of the Ghanaian context, you get to understand how competitive people are when it comes to opportunities. And if you want to get to that level of professionalism and a highly competitive professional profile on international scale, then it means you must be able to put that humbleness, how would I say it? That spirit of, oh, you must be modest about what you are doing. I'm humble, I'm being humble. You must be able to put that aside and gain that confidence to speak good words to what you are doing and to also let people know what you are capable of. So that is just to buttress what Mr. Dumont have mentioned in the last statement. We can quickly move on to something else. This time around, the industry in general, we just had some few minutes to go. I'm still repeating. If you have questions, drop them. We'll answer them. What emerging trends should surveyors be aware of to stay ahead in the profession? Because we have seen a lot of changes coming up. Have you observed some trends that you think young professionals in the industry should be aware of that probably could help them to amplify their profiles or maybe their service delivery and get clients or maybe start getting something? What are some advices you have for young people in that line? Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. So one of the good things in this generation of ours is that you are not limited in sharing the knowledge or the information that you had. Those days, it was amazing. I remember myself or my brother went to watch those days, what is it? Music.
Yeah.
And we came on TV, and those days when you see yourself on TV, it was a joy. It was a joy for you because it was a privilege for someone to appear on TV, or it was a privilege for you even to be seen on the camera. But now technology has made it that if you have your phone, the platform, if you have any information, nobody limits you how you can share it.
Yeah.
Those days you needed even somebody who works at the media stations, FM, or somebody to put you out there. So before you even work to get attention of these people was a challenge. But now with their platforms, as I said, LinkedIn, whatever, that you can share your knowledge. there are even people doing it who are not professionals. So there are some people, there's this guy, he has even built a very good audience, even on YouTube, giving industry insight on construction, prices of building materials. But you could see that as much as these people do it, because they don't have the professional background or knowledge, you could see a limitation in what they give. I mean, most of our young guys are there complaining of unemployment or job. Some of these things you got to pay a price to earn them. As I say, it's a value creation system. The more, so with your phone, you can go in neighborhood insights where you live. Where you live as a surveyor or a graduate from the built environment, you should know the whole neighborhood. Give insight if there are construction updates here. They are building roads, they are doing this. You give it's not just the, as I said, you don't go like the person who doesn't have a professional background by telling them, oh, so far as they are constructing road, I think there's likely to be prices rent property values here to increase, rent are likely to go up, the new hospital are able to get this. Imagine everybody sees a video of you that when it comes to the Diakote or Chado, you have the best insight. People will come to you. Even in your neighborhood or something. Or some people somebody might see a video of yours and see the good work you've done. Amplify your voice to a bigger platform. So that is it. So now there's no limitation. Don't always be a consumer on the digital platforms, but also offer knowledge. And we are also in an era that most people are dwelling on. We mentioned AI. Yes, it's making our work easier in almost all the things we do. But it's also one of the opportunity that is creating is that there's gradually limitation or original content is missing.
Okay. Yeah.
Because people just the AI knowledge and they share. This is about time that you, the professionals, what you've learned, you put them together because a time will come. It will be like in the early days before the automobile, in the early days before the automobile industry, almost the means of transport was horses and camel. When the automobile came, it became a luxury for people to own it, own the motorbike. Now the automobile has become so cheap and easy that now the people who are driving horses, who are riding horses, are the people we see that to be luxury. So I foresee that the way information is coming, the AI is coming, a time will come, original content will be missing.
Yeah.
Like as I'm using the automobile industry and the horse approach. So a time will come now, people go to Dubai and sit on camera and they think that is luxury, but that was a moment. So a time will come, original content will be missing. So develop yourself, read, research, broaden your knowledge about your field. Because a time will come, if we take a content from 10 people, they will be the same because all of them are just picking and pasting from AI. But if you sit down, read books, get more insight and put there, just one single one, everybody will say that, yes, this one from Gordon, or this one from Richard, or this one from Tracy or Hagar, it's new, it's novel. So try and invest in that. That's the only way the AI or whatever innovation come into our world would not take your job. And the one thing I will also add to it is that one of the major changes I'm seeing in our real estate industry or in Ghana is a changing perception with which people are acquiring properties. Gone are the days the primary goal was just for accommodation. That is what we are building. The next one, when he's provided accommodation and he's well to do, he wants to use it to establish his status. He wants to do that when you get to Sunyani, the cocoa board structure is for him. The whole place. So he doesn't even care about the income it's generating or not. Cocoa board, the building cocoa board at Sunyani is mine. If you go to a Doom, the big building is mine. come to Mokola, the big building. That was the main, it was a more of a social concept or a social issue for people investing. But now, the average person, even in their normal homes, we are adopting and copying from the West and the developed world, is looking at it as an investment. So where he's even building what he's looking to rent. Now, I doubt most of our big men will ever just build a property. That's why they go because he owns the tallest. Now they are looking at investment approach. So share knowledge, share insight. Someone might just read an article about you, about an insight you gave somewhere, a knowledge you gave somewhere, and go, oh, young lady, young guy, or this person, I really want to go into this, and I saw this, so I think you'll be capable of providing me an advice in it. So as I said, original content and sharing insight. This one can also be leads for you. If you study all those, even on the social media, the Kojo Sheldon and co who have built online presence, they put an investment in. It took 5 years when nobody was seeing what they were doing before the world recognizes you. And when the world recognizes you, they will pay you off for all the years that you've lost. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and that's a good one so far. So there is a question in the chat box about from Williams Abambiri. What advice do you have for young people who do not have the required professional certificate to engage in any real estate business, but then they go ahead to transact business with clients based on their strong online presence, especially these real estate agents? Well, I'll leave that to you. Yeah.
Okay. So gradually we are getting there. I had a chat with a colleague in Canada, and he indicated to me that even if you in Canada, if you want to sweep on the streets, you need a certificate, license, belong to a body, a regulatory body to ensure that yes, you can sweep on the streets. Gradually, we are coming there. We are getting there. The real estate agency, especially making reference to the real estate agency, real estate agency. Now the council, I'm happy to mention that I'm glad to be part of the committee from the Ghana Institution of Surveyors who are advising on the development of the curriculum for the real estate licensing. So a time will come, a loss will come that as it is in Canada, that even when you want to be a sweeper, you need to get a license. So very soon, all our activities will be regulated. It got to a time, even most of the professors, even things like surveying or evaluation. I heard one person saying that those even the bankers, when they are taking mortgages, the person relationship manager will just go and look at your building, turn the head and go like, oh, this building will cost like 400,000 cedis. Well, it got to a time now we are in an era that no bank will accept a valuation report that is not signed by a licensed surveyor. So gradually this will come. And even the international people that go online, as if you are thinking global, people, the jobs, as he said, that go online, look for certifications.
Yeah.
The major ones that we've did for people, even institutions like the Global Affairs Canada, that's the government of Canada, the European Union, they look at your certification. So you might just be some small deals and there, but if you want to go on a bigger scale, nobody will hand over a multi-million-dollar property to you to do a transaction when he knows you don't have the professional certificate. So one of the things that the professional certificate tells the person that yes, you are capable, because mostly before professional certificates are issued to you, you are taken through the necessary assessment to ensure that you have the requisite skills, knowledge to execute the job. And it also assures them that if we are unable to do it, they have an avenue to seek redress or report you for it to be done. So gradually we will get there. But maybe you happen to be that you just develop passion for the profession. You didn't take a real estate background courses or something. You can educate yourself online, get the necessary skills and qualification, so that even if there is a deal, or that you are not even a member of a professional body, let the person know that, yes, I have taken the tour to ensure that I've acquired this requisite knowledge. Because if you are dealing with somebody who is a professional and you are dealing with somebody who just wake up to do like he's an agency, you will know the difference.
Yeah.
Over time, you will know the difference. So the person that has a skill, he might not have our real estate background or professional, but now you go to Coursera, Allison, there are a lot of free courses. Update yourself. Follow, also try to learn. Those when I was young, I used to call like people living in my dream. Well-established professionals in the industry or people I want to be. I follow them, news about them, articles about them, reading what they share. Even as of now, there are people who the almost everything that they are sharing inside, I'm reading because I want to be abreast with what is happening. So develop yourself. By the time will come, I'm sure within the next decade, we will get there that almost every sphere of our practices, you will need a regulatory license. But as it doesn't come, if you are doing, find a way to establish yourself, even without the professional qualification, because there are some even people who have the certificates but do not go by the ethics. But learn what, because the professional qualification is just assuring that yes, you have the right requisite skills and operate ethically. Without having it, develop that. And some people who encounter you will know that, oh, even when you don't have it, you still have what it takes to be a professional. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. That actually reminds me of about 2 years ago, I called out the Ghana Real Estate Agency Council, actually, because that was when the act was passed about a year or two ago, and I was asking what is going on because kind of understand what um, opportunities is going to open up for young people, and how some of us were also eager to see how we can take advantage of the opportunities it presents. But up until now, we have still not heard anything. I don't know how the means to which they provide update on some of these things. But I think, like you mentioned, we'll keep
But I think
our
there is
eyes
a
on
lot
them.
because after I said, as I indicated, I'm a member of the committee from the Ghana Institution of Surveyors to advise on the curriculum development. So we
Okay.
met with the representatives. So as of now, there are lots going there behind the scenes. I'm sure within the next few months, a lot will be coming. They are doing, I think the act was passed about, in 2020, almost about 4 years. Things has been slow, but I think they've advanced that very soon. I think the council will roll out the necessary requirements and works they've been done to get us started. So
Thank you.
I'm not sitting down idle, but with few engagement I've made and what I've seen, they are doing a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So for everybody on the call, this is a first-hand information for you. You should start looking in that direction, what opportunities it will present for you. You can go take the act again. The act is available. You can download it, read it, and be abreast with what is coming and how you can position yourself to benefit from that. So, well, we have gone so much into this already. Although I still have a lot of questions to ask, but let me just ask a few. We can make it snappy, and then we'll see what we can benefit at this last stage of our engagement. And you can also be preparing your last words for us. Yeah, but I have something on resources or communities that you would like to recommend. You mentioned some, you mentioned Coursera, Alisa, and all of that. Yeah. Hopefully this year we'll also, PropIntel will start rolling out some certificate courses for people who are interested in learning about Excel, developing your skills, your valuation skills, getting to know about Excel, how to use Excel in valuation and all of that. We will come up with some certificate courses in that line, so you can keep your eye on that. And I can promise you it's going to be very intensive with Dr. Sherman. Dr. Sherman, of course, I can promise you the best. Yeah, so that is for that aspect of it. So how do you stay updated on new digital tools and techniques relevant to the industry? That is a question. I don't know if you have anything to say about it. Is there something, a medium that you use to stay updated if there is any improvement on how to engage people? Because have you ever used the sponsor platform? There is a place where you can sponsor your company profile for people to see your businesses and all. I don't know if you are also very conversant about that and all. Yeah.
You mean sponsorship on the social media pages?
Social media,
or
yes.
Yeah. I think one thing I've realized is that our demand for our services, it's not that broad.
Okay.
I don't know how to put it. Unlike maybe somebody selling water, that at least when he does an advert, almost about 60% of the people he's targeting are likely to be interested. For our profession, it looks like when you put an advert there, you get less than 10% interested. So you got to be targeted. For agency, possibly you can reach, but for certain things like consultancy services, there's a little gain on promoting yourself. But the only few things that may be the Google ad, that if somebody does a search on Google, maybe because you have advertised your firm, they will put you ahead. Other than that, I've been thinking even this year is one of the, as part of our strategic way, even aside still on our online presence, we want to increase. But I think that if you are not very strategic in your marketing online, you will throw your money away. So I think the free ones even goes well to do enough. So you're saying that the things. There are people, there are pages on Facebook, YouTube, people who have specialized in SEO. I think SEO, Google My Business Profile, that's I give industry updates every quarterly, every year. Because the Google algorithm changes. So they will tell you, even Google My Business ranking. It's not just that you put in that you do this. They will tell you this because they study SEO consultants. So they tell you this is what the algorithm is using. This is what is. So I'm constantly watching videos, searching. So that is it. So I don't we will come to that. But one of the things I earlier mentioned that the online presence, especially with relating to Google, is a holistic one.
Yeah.
Not just in one area, but they take a lot of from a lot of all platforms that they can get. Certainly your website should be the landing one, even how your website are made. There are some people, even their websites are not SEO optimized.
Yeah.
So some people have a website is not SEO optimized, or even certain pages are not optimized. Even the content. You read some people's page, the story they start, it's a business registered in Ghana and competent under the law. Most people of late wouldn't need that knowledge or information. But at least certain keywords, even in your description on pages, on your services pages, certain keywords and descriptions will be used. Your presence online. I earlier mentioned if it's a business or individual, the partners, your bio, or as I mentioned, your tagline, what is saying. Because if we have Gordon listed as part of our directors or something, if he has a very good online presence and is well described, it also adds up to the ranking, because our Google algorithm works that they don't want to give out a false information. So they want to put out the most credible person out there first. One of the breakthroughs, I think earlier we discussed on breakthrough, one of the breakthrough that came in establishing our online presence, as I mentioned earlier, was an information we shared in the Business and Financial Times, and they published on their website, and they mentioned our name. So Google's algorithm go like, oh, if Business and Financial Times are saying these people do this, they will there. Let me in our local parlance, Puncheni free so I say Bekacha we say Odenchema in that if the what is it, the frog comes from the river to tell you the Crocodile is dead. You don't need to go. He lives because it seems that yes, because we this is an authoritative media or medium, so they know that if Business and Financial Times, MyJoy Online has been able to publish an information, on this, then which means, and saying this is what they do, which means it's credible. So that no matter how well somebody has sponsored his page or how well their website is, first thing is they will rank you first because they think a very credible institution is endorsing you. Based on this, I think that's all what some of us, what we can have. If anybody has a very well-written article, information that you need to share, especially the young ones, you can get in touch. Most of the people I know in the various medium help you put your information and your content there because it all helps build the industry. Something you've observed, a research that you did, I think you need a bigger media or medium to share it. I should be able to assist you. And in doing that, we all help to promote the profession. Because I'm sure when you put the tagline surveyor, all what people comes in relation, most people relation is that the surveyor is someone who pulls tape to measure land. But we do more. As somebody who was with us at Tech came to ask me that the cousin has gotten real estate. Now, is it a good cause? Because all what they know about real estate is that chalk in front of somebody's kiosk, room to let. Because they think that if somebody is going to do a course in real estate, is that chalk board 2-bedroom to let, one timber and horse self-contained, because they think that that is what, if the person goes to study the real estate, that is what they know. So it's unfortunate that our those who came ahead of us didn't take advantage of these media or online platform to promote what our profession is about, the diverse areas within the profession. We, the young ones, that will even create more opportunities for us. Don't be quiet where you are. In your church distance, you can put a good article. Even the church facilities management, you can, from your knowledge that you've studied, write something to the pastor, write something on the platform. These are things that open doors and gives opportunities to you. Thank you.
Thank you. And well, this is very insightful, very engaging. I enjoyed it so much. I don't know about you, and if you are here and you still have a question, before I take the last words from Mr. Dumont, if you have any question, just let us know. If you have any ideas you want to share, and of course, Mr. Dumont has indicated that his doors are open. If you have any articles, he can help you publish. If you have any ideas, any knowledge you want to share, his doors are open. He can go through that for you and then help you get into the right medium for you to start building your audience. So that is a plus for you. If you are here and you have any questions, let us know. If you have any ideas, any suggestions, let us know. And thank you for joining, and you have made this a very successful one. Mr. Dumont, if you have any last words to share, any last note for young professionals to take clue from, or anything you may want to put across, this is the last moment for you to share that with us.
All right, so I'll share a point of view. One thing I would say is that never stop learning. Some people, after wearing their gown, they think that is the end of their studies. That's the end of their education. Usually, I follow Dr. Sharma and his comments on Facebook, but we can't leave all to the lecturers and professors that they should bring out the best of people for us to use in the industry. If learning shouldn't just be in the classroom. I just completed the MSc Real Estate, of which Dr. Ken is one of the lecturers there. Even the things that we learned, I must say, because during the program, weekend course, you work, so you wouldn't need time. Most of the things, there are things I've even contacted some of the lecturers, Dr. Ken himself, Dr. Jenfi, the textbooks that we are using. I'm now reading them to understand the concept and practice better. So you can put yourself out there but it's as relating to my earlier question, earlier scenario on these dating. A lady that has dressed nicely, but she opens her mouth, even the statement that comes, people like, this lady, I thought you were this. Or this man, just nice gentleman like you. So if you don't invest in yourself, you can put yourself out there. But if the opportunity comes, the person go like, I thought you were like this. Make sure, and that is more damaging. Make sure that you don't put so much investment putting yourself online, but when it comes to the delivery, you are incapable. Your learning shouldn't stop after getting your degree or master's degree or the classroom. Most people who are excelling and doing much in every industry is people who learn more outside the classroom. Now, there's a lot of avenues for you, online courses, books that you can read and advance yourself so that if you are able to do a job for somebody, he will be impressed and even he will go out there marketing for you. So don't stop learning. And as much as possible, in our field, ethics is key. Ethics is key and professionalism is key. Make sure you follow ethical standards, not cutting corners. There are times even you might lose in a dealing. You might lose in a dealing. I remember I communicated this during our real estate career launch part. There's somebody who, one of the government institutions, as you know, practice in Ghana, wanted to acquire property. And property in a town, even in a district, not in Accra. He wanted me to put a figure, almost about 600,000 Ghana dollars or something. So I went to, so they have even given me advance payment. I've done the work. The balance never came. I insisted that no, this can be done. A year later or some months later, that guy, the same guy who was acting for the group, brought me a work which was the income was almost about 10 times of what I lost in the earlier one, because he got to understand that no, this work, we need somebody credible to do it. And if it's somebody credible, I can go to Isaac, because earlier on, when we wanted to cut corners, he wouldn't. So that is it. But imagine if I had succumbed to that person's pressure. The unfortunate thing is that when he's also dealing with somebody and he sees a report, I said this job, so you trust this work, you are funny, pa. That's how it will go. You know that these people, you can give him this amount and he can do, the challenge. Let's find someone to get us a very good advice, because this person I can't trust. But I'm sure that if the person sees any work of mine, as I say, he brought other clients, or sees any work from Orient, he will know that no, he can bet his last penny on it, because we ensure that the right thing is done. So ensure that you have a good image for yourself, both online and even offline, and keep on learning. It's sometimes the rewards, investment in yourself as a professional. It's like you going into a perennial crop like cocoa or palm plantation. You realize that your colleagues that did other courses, or your colleagues that are into other profession who are making money, it will be like they are planting. They are planting maize or planting cash crops, planting maize or onion and others that they harvest within a month or two and selling. So you kind of feel useless. You still feel I've been out of school since 2013, still doing courses and investing in myself. So it's like cultivating a palm plantation or cocoa plantation. A time will come when you are harvesting. You can even go and sleep and hire some few harvesters to go and it will last you. The investment you made for yourself will last you years. But those who are planting maize and harvesting on 3 months basis will always have to go to the field and plant before you can harvest. But because you took 5 years, 10 years to invest in your cocoa plantation, you are going to reap from it forever. The slightest thing you do is to a little top up on professional development. That would be like spraying your insecticide and pruning. Then you make a huge chunk of money. So be ethically sound, act professionally, and help us promote the profession. Because people don't know about us. In your church, help us that yes, surveyors, valuers, this is what we do. Let the average person in Ghana, we're going to put, I'm sure Dr. Ken will help. We're going to put, people are complaining about property, unrealistic property prices in Ghana. But how many even Ghanaians know that it's advisable to consult a valuer before making a sale or purchase of a property? Because we are not selling ourselves there that there's a group of people, there's a group of professionals that if you want the most realistic price on the market, go consult them and they will be able to advise you. So wherever you are, be an ambassador of the profession, spread what we can do, and when people get to know of us, we can all benefit from it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for those inspiring last words. Those are very good for us, everybody here who is interested in the profession. These are good words for you that you need to carry along with you. So thank you so much for joining us. And Mr. Bimo, we thank you so much for sharing this detailed insight with you. That is so much for us. If you want to replay this video, we are going to make it available on the Prop Intel LLC website and also on our YouTube channel. You can always visit there, get to learn more, and you are going to enjoy. Thank you so much for joining, and then we'll see you at another time. We don't know what topic we'll be discussing next, but be sure that you're going to get an email that's telling you about what we have for you. So thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining, and have a great weekend.
All right. Thank you.